America has a problem: plastic. The first artificial plastic, Parkazine, was originally created as far back as 1862. The first fully synthesized plastic, Bakelite, was introduced in 1907. By the late 1970s, plastic shopping bags had hit American chains like a wildfire, the true start to what would become a global concern. The synthetic stuff was originally created as a cheap alternative to non-renewable resources, but it has now wound up in Earth's environments, human diets, and bodies, posing a serious threat to our future. The question is, what was the true price of plastic? And can we get a refund? Plastic does not naturally biodegrade over time like other resources. Instead, it slowly turns into microplastics that then enter the Earth's soil, water, and air. And while plastic is typically recyclable, studies have shown that an estimated 79% of all plastic product ever created wind up in landfills or the natural environment. As of January 1st, 2024, Chloe Fisher reported to RecycleTrackSystems.com that between 75 and 199 million tons of plastic waste are currently in the Earth's oceans, with about 33 billion tons on track to be added to that number every single year. This is a huge cause for concern. Firstly, animals will either consume or become entrapped in that plastic product, resulting in food scarcity for humans and the continued march of global warming. The oceans will continue to rise and the Earth will continue to heat. That being said, that is not the only problem at hand. The landfills that the other plastic ends up in are quickly running out of room, leaving scientists scrambling for a solution to eliminate the amount of plastic taking up space. While that's happening, however, companies and the industry are seeking to pump out even more plastic. The United States Environmental Protection Agency's article entitled Impacts of Plastic Pollution claims that in 2019, 3.4% of all global greenhouse gas emissions were as a result of plastic production, and 90% of those emissions were made in the process of converting fossil fuels into new plastic products. This means that humanity is using limited, non-renewable resources and polluting the environment in the drive to create more of what is ultimately an expendable product that will also further contaminate our Earth. It also means that more and more plastic will be continuously pumped out into the environment, entering our soil, water, harvests, and eventually our bodies. Thousands of animals consume plastic product every single day, and humans are no exception to that rule. All of the plastic slowly entering the environment means there is a percentage of the stuff in the food we eat, water we drink, and even the air we breathe. Plastic has also been found in the rainwater, human brains, bloodstreams, and unborn fetuses. The Geneva Environment Network states in their May 2023 article, Plastic and Human Health, from the Plastic and the Environment series, that although the impact of plastic's presence on human health is still a relatively new field of research, what we do know is this: plastic has been found to cause disease, disability, and premature death in all stages of its life cycle. Proven health effects include cognitive, reproductive, and growth impairments as a result of changing hormone activity. If the future generations are being born with plastic already in their bodies, they are being set up to fail before even getting a true shot. Society must do what they can now so as to create a clean, healthy, safe world for its children to grow up in. But the question remains, what can we do? There have been many modes of thought when it comes to solving the plastic problem. Many suggest recycling better, although that would be somewhat ineffective since most plastic ends up unrecycled regardless of social trends. Creating non-plastic alternatives or even biodegradable plastic has also been discussed, and those are somewhat more realistic. Scientists are also in the works of raising microscopic microplastic-eating organisms, which could then be sent out to literally eat our problems away. However, those at Greenpeace.org offer a different solution, which is lobbying our governments and lawmakers to take the issue seriously. Their website demands a global plastics treaty that would limit the production and use of it, as well as the use of the oil and gas used to create it, which pollute the environment in the act of doing so. They believe that working as a community for fight for change is a worthy endeavor, and if enough people agree, it will be. Ultimately, plastic has been polluting society and Earth's ecosystems for far too long. Understanding the issue at hand in its entirety and the realistic solutions means that everybody in society can work together to create a clean world for future generations to grow and thrive in. Thank you.